Absolutely atrocious. Heartbreaking, if I'm being absolutely honest. Devoid of ideas, devoid of invention, devoid of any creativity. Man United are lost. Man United are dead. And I'm saying this now up front before we go any further. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, whether you want him in or you want him out, it's irrelevant. Man United, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's stewardship, are in a relegation fight. A relegation fight. And this board are not. They are simply not going to keep him in charge. Not only are we losing games now, even more. Not only are we failing to score, but we don't look close to landing or putting in a performance. It is absolutely soul-destroying. Soul-destroying! Fucking hell! I can't even believe it! I can't even believe it. I can't believe it's got it. I'm laughing because it's so bad. So bad. I've got to laugh. I'm sitting here angry and I've just decided I've got to laugh. I've got to laugh, man. I've got to laugh. I've got to laugh because... How did we get here? How did this even happen? I'll tell you how we got here, right? I'll tell you how Man United ended up in this position. Before I do that, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Big shout out to our title sponsors as well. The reason that Man United are in this position is, like I've said all along, Ole is accountable for the way we're playing at the moment. He is. Because there are lesser teams in the Premier League that have better structure and have better play. And they don't have as good a squad as we do. So he's accountable for that. He is accountable. But I'm sort of sitting there and I'm reading Twitter and I'm angry. But then there's people kicking off, oh, it's Ole this, oh, it's Woodward that, oh, it's Rashford this, oh, it's Fred that. And do you know what? We're all right in our own little ways. But what we cannot get away from is the owners of this football club and Woodward. Now, they've appointed Ole. They've appointed him. They have put him in charge. They have let him buy his players. They have let him implement his system. Fourth manager, by the way, since Fergie retired. And it's not working. And I hope and I pray that Manchester United can turn this round under Ole. I want it more than anything. From a football-related point of view, I want it so bad. I just want to win the games. I want to beat Liverpool. I want to be out of this relegation fight so much. But I can't see it. That's my heart speaking. What my brain's telling me is that Ole's dead in the water. I can't see him turning it around. And I feel for him. I'm not going to turn on him. I'm not going to be nasty about him. It's not his fault. He ain't good enough. It comes down to one group and one group only. And that's the owners. And when a Man United fan's going to wake up and see this? 4 failed managers on the bounce. Jesus. That's what's so frustrating for me. I sit here and I'm like, you know what, I'll smile it off. Sit here with a smile, I'll smile it off. And then I sit here and think about all that you're going to get for the next 2 or 3 days is Ole this, Ole that, Ole this, Ole that. And of course he's accountable. But there comes a point when you have to stop being so myopic in your views and look beyond that. It's the way the club is run from top to bottom, inside out. No manager has done any good really since they've been here. Every manager has ended up with their team playing dreadful football. And you know what? We can't blame the players, but we've gone through quite a big cycle of players as well. We really have. And I don't know what to do anymore. I'm emotionally broken. I am emotionally broken. 1 minute I want to laugh. The next minute I want to smash this whole room up. Honestly, right now. And I've nearly done it 3 times and I don't know what to do. Anyway, I'm going to breathe. Well done, Newcastle. Well done, Matty Longstaff. Terrible. I try so hard to be objective and unbiased, but it's so hard when I see my team going through this. Let me just put this out there now. Man United are in a relegation fight. Relegation fight, bruv. We could go down. Down to the Championship. It is genuinely that bad. That bad. And do you know why I'm at this point of like anger and laughter? And I might even burst into tears in a minute. Is because this is the epicenter. This is the creation of the last 6 years. We have ended up here. And I was angry under Moyes and LVG. I was angry under Jose. But remember through Jose's real sticky patch before he left, I started saying focus on the ball, focus on the owners. And nobody wanted to listen. We wanted to just blame managers. And I think that's what's making me more angry now than anything else. Is still we're going to be myopic, narrow-minded, peninsular in our approach and look at the small little nuances, the little cogs in the wheel that are creating the problem. That's the big problem. That's the big issue for me, is that we're not going to look at the real root cause. Who is picking these managers? On what basis? What due diligence is being done? How are they assessing them? What's the criteria? It's just absolutely, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. It really does. I've got some super chats here. I'm going to go back and read them. I'm sorry if I missed them. I apologise. I'm just fuming. Got one from Lincoln. It says, stop laughing, live chat. This man is that hurt by the ball. This is the club. Look, I appreciate you saying that, Lincoln, my man. I appreciate it. Like, people can laugh all they want because I sit here every week and make a video where I laugh at YouTube reactions. So, yeah. But look, honestly, if there's a clinical psychologist watching, answer me this. Why do I keep going from being happy to sad, laughing to wanting to cry to wanting to smash my TV screen up? What is making me feel like this? I've never had this emotional response to a football match before. Like, I just sit here 1 minute, I'm laughing because I feel like this is a dream. I feel like I'm going to wake up in a minute. The missus is going to elbow me and say, shut up, you mug. But this is real. My football club, Man United, who won the treble, who won doubles, who won 3 Premier League titles on the bounce twice. The most decorated club in the country are in a relegation battle. And we've spent £800 million. It's madness. It's an absolute madness. Man's going to have a cardiac. No, I'm not. I'm a very healthy person. I'm good. I've got more super chats here. It says, the club is completely rotten. I'm normally happy to see United do bad, but when business owners are ruining teams due to greed, it's hard to watch. I appreciate you saying that, Tyrone. And yeah, from my point of view, look, I fully expect rivals to laugh at Man United. I get why they would. I get that they should. That's part of the rivalry. It's just, it's so painful to see. And look, I said when I was with DT on Friday that I was suckered in by those early results under Ollie. Of course I was. We're fans. We're meant to love the romance of it. We're meant to love the romance and the beauty and the drama. That's what we're here for. But it's the board that should have been looking at what it was that was making Manchester United successful in those early days. Was it Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's implementation, his training, man management, tactics? Was it really those things? Or was it just a case of a bounce and a better mood being around the stadium? All those questions needed to be answered and they weren't. Or they weren't looked at properly. And we're here again because of the board. Another super chat here says, I don't think Liverpool were this poor under Roy Hodgson. No, they weren't. They weren't this bad. But the problem Man United have got is Roy Hodgson was like our David Moyes, and then we just continually got it wrong. And now we're at a point where it appears it's the wrong manager with the most depleted and weakest squad that we've ever had. And you put those two things together, you're in a relegation fight. You truly are. I can't see all of the live chats. I'm going to go and try and find them in a different part of the system here. Sorry. Because I want to do them. I appreciate you guys doing the super chats. I don't like missing them. Another one here that says, I feel you're hurt. And I know there's massive problems upstairs, but unfortunately, Ollie is not up to the standard. The ball doesn't pick the team. Now, Alec, I appreciate that. And that argument of yours, I get and I agree with. They do not pick the team. That's absolutely right. You can't move away from that. But where they're accountable is they have now picked, if we take your view on board, they've got it wrong 4 times on the bounce with their managers. The attention needs to be on them and not Ollie. Ollie is simply a side effect of the problem. He's a side effect. You know, he's the domino at the end. He isn't the guy that's flipped it over and made it wrong from the beginning. That's why I have no hatred, no hate, no anger towards him. And he did make mistakes today. He does make mistakes. Maybe he isn't good enough, but I'm never going to turn on him because he hasn't got it wrong. The owners of this club have, again and again and again. Super chat here from Sport Guru that says the board have taken a gamble on 4 managers, but Ollie is a bad manager. Liverpool went through Dalglish, Hodgson and Rodgers before Klopp. But they started getting it right with Rodgers. There was progression. And we haven't done that. And do you know the thing is? Maybe there is progression and we're not seeing it. Maybe there was some progression under LVG, but we clicked our fingers too early. And or the next manager that came in went in a new direction, so you knock it all down again. Maybe Jose was making progress and we didn't see it yet, but we knocked it all down and started again with Ollie. And now Ollie's done whatever he has done. Maybe there is big progress behind the scenes that we're not accustomed to. And it's why I've said all along, if they do sack Ollie, they have to go with a person that's going to continue on whatever it is he's trying to achieve, but just needs to be able to coach the team better. Because right now, this team look devoid of ideas, creativity. The only thing that's half decent is our defensive setup. That's about it. That is literally about it, I'm afraid. Another super chat here says, when do you think Ollie will be sacked? Like, on a real level, I think they could sack him tonight. I think we could see breaking news this evening that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is sacked. I really do believe that. And it's the worst feeling I've had because I had no emotional connection to the other 3 managers, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a childhood hero of mine. He's a childhood hero of mine. And I wanted him to be a success so much. Every Liverpool fan watching, every Chelsea fan watching. Chelsea fans want Lampard. He's a legend. They want him to succeed long term. The day that Gerrard, and I believe he will become your manager, takes over, you're going to want him to be successful. Arsenal fans, if Thierry Henry took over tomorrow, you would be so desperate for him to be successful. And it's why it hurts so much. I'm never turning on Ole. I'm never going to attack him, abuse him, anything like that. I'm not doing it. I'm looking at the people that are accountable for where Manchester United find themselves right now. And that is the board, that is the owners, that is the key decision makers, the risk takers at the club. They are a disgrace. Another super chat here says, I can understand your position, brother. Mediocrity is sickening. Hope you relax and recover from this suffering. Good night, my man. I appreciate you saying that and having those kind words. I really, really do. Was there another super chat just came through? Did I miss it? So I'm just going to go and look for that now. I apologise. A lot of people are saying Jose vindicated. I'll come back to that. Alex again with another super chat who says Ollie will still be a legend in my eyes. Ollie's a legend on the field of play. He's come in. He's tried to implement something as a manager and it hasn't worked. And you know what? He believes in himself and he's giving it a go and it's not working right now. I don't believe he's going to turn it right. This is the painful bit for me. There is a difference between being Ollie out and being horrible towards him and wanting him sacked and wanting him gone, and where I sit, where I want him to be successful, I want him to turn it around, but I just can't see it. And the problem that you have, the painstaking problem that Manchester United have, is that they are in a relegation fight. They're on 9 points, 2 points away from the relegation zone. We've won 1 game in 6. We haven't scored more than 1 goal in a game before the opening day of the season. We haven't won away from home since March in the Premier League. Ollie is going to take this team down. I don't think he has enough about him. And even if he does, I don't think he's good enough to get a big enough tune out of this pathetic group of Man United players. And yes, there are 4, 5, 6 of them that I think will stay for the long term here. But the rest are not good enough. They're not good enough. So many more super chats to go through here. One that says, I think Ollie gets sacked. This is from Sports Guru that says, I think Ollie gets sacked after the Liverpool game because the way things are going, drumming against Liverpool at Old Trafford will be the end of it all. Yeah, and that's why, look, this is the point I would make is this. If they're thinking of sacking Ollie, if he loses the Liverpool game, they should just sack him now anyway. A manager shouldn't play on a, you've got to win the next game where you're sacked basis. It should be, do we genuinely have faith that you're going to turn this round? And if they do, they can't just sack him after that Liverpool game, or you remove him now and you give somebody else, whether it's interim or permanent, a couple of weeks to prepare the team. It doesn't make any sense to keep him in play if you're going to get rid of him. Another super chat here says, have they changed it? Otherwise, it will be relegation. Exactly. Look, I said it a few days ago. If Ollie can't turn this around, they're going to have to sack him whether you want it or not. That's why the are you in or Ollie out, it's a nonsense debate now. It holds no water. It's whether or not you think Ollie can stop us falling into a relegation bout or not, and whether the board and owners are going to stick with him. Another super chat here from Mr. Novice says, Ed Woodward took over a Premier League team winning and spending £800 million and turned them into a relegation side. I don't get it. Mate, that's why I am literally flickering between depression and anger, frustration, like I wanted to cry, I wanted to hit something. I'm so confused. Premier League champions, £800 million spent in 6.5 years, and we're in a relegation fight. It's atrocious. Vibes here says Eric Tehag or Julian Nagelsmann should be replacing him and will allow the team to have a philosophy and purpose. Nobody knows where to run or pass to. My brother, you make such a good point there in what you're saying. I was watching the game today and I'm thinking, okay, no one's running into the hole. I'm not a tactician, I'm not a coach, but I can see space. Why is no one running there? You know, Rashford begun the game making all the runs into the channels and he stopped because nobody was playing the balls. It's disgusting. And I get that some of it is a lack of confidence. I understand that some of it is an element of the players losing, losing their confidence, morale being low, not believing in themselves. But the manager has to get something out of them soon. We play Liverpool next. That's a game that United could easily lose. After that, we're away to Partizan Belgrade. That's going to be, do you know what the atmosphere is going to be like away to them? Crazy. Can lose that. Away to Norwich, we're playing good football. We could lose that. Then we play Chelsea in the League Cup. And then we're away to Bournemouth. Right now, I can't see us winning any of them games. And if you can, brother, I praise you. I praise you for having all that faith. But I can't see Manchester United turning it round. Not with the way they're playing and performing. I really can't. Genwill here with the super chat says, I don't get how this went from attack to defence. I'm just lost for words. Europe is the only thing that can save him if he stays being manager. You're right. Europe is the only thing that can save him, my bro. But I don't see it happening, bruv. Honestly, I feel like do you know what I feel like I'm doing? I feel like I'm cheating on Ollie, bruv. Even questioning him, I feel so bad because I love the guy. He gave me so many wonderful moments as a kid, as a child. And of course, all of that, like the most famous being the winning goal to win the treble. I'll always love him. I'll always respect. I met him once as well. Such a nice guy. Such a nice guy, bruv. But I can't see him beating Belgrade. And then we're going to be struggling to get out of the group. And do you know what I'm thinking here? We're out of the top 4 race now, in my opinion. But if we remove him and we get a good manager in, maybe they can buy some players in January and go at the Europa League, get Champions League football, there's still a chance. If we keep Ollie and we fall out the top 4 race and we drop out of the Europa and then sack him, it's going to feel like a big, big waste. Another super chat here says, I hope they recover well. I don't want to lose my I don't want to lose my great club rivalry against Man United, at least for the last 15 years. This is the thing as well. I said that about Arsenal. There's a part of me at the beginning of Arsenal's downfall where I felt happy about it. It was making me giggle and laugh. And then it was almost like, I miss Man United versus Arsenal. I miss that. And now we're both gone. And look, Arsenal are on the rise again. I think Arsenal are a lot closer to getting back to the peak of their powers than Man United are. This is just atrocious. And look, if Ollie does stay, I'm going to back him. If Ollie stays, I'm not going to kick off about it. I'm going to support him every game, cheer for him every game. But what I just witnessed, wow. What I just witnessed, as I say, I've done it on this stream. I've laughed 1 minute, I've screamed the next. Because it's weird. I saw Man United lose games under Sir Alex. And my first thought always was, we'll be back next though. Next game we'll be back. I remember losing 2 games once. I know one of them was, I think we lost to Liverpool. And then I think we lost to Fulham, back to back. And that was like, I didn't know what to do. We lost to Man United, losing 2 games back to back. This don't happen. Won the 3rd. I always felt like it would be over it. I'm sitting here today gutted with loss. And I think, next game, Liverpool. We're at home. And I've got no hope we're going to win. And that's what's making me, like, honestly, it's giving me the weirdest feeling. I've got a cold sweat on, bruv. Cold sweat, sticky. Some madness. Sea Dogs there, sob, cry, baby. Listen, man, there's nothing you guys can say that's going to impact me. I know how bad my team is. I know how bad my club has been. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Like, I know how bad. There's nothing you man can say that's going to make that feel any better or any worse. It just is what it is. I appreciate all the super chats that have come through today. By the way, if you haven't hit, there's 3,000 people tuning in. Please hit that like button. Let's get this. I want more of you. I'm going to try and read as many comments out as I can. What should Man United do? Next 10 minutes of this, I'm asking you, what do Man United do? Do they sack Ollie? Do they stick with him? Do they go big in January for players? What do you want? There's no right or wrong answers anymore. There isn't, whether you're Howson, unofficial pundit, Rants, doesn't matter who you are. Makola, all these everyday people like you and me. It don't matter, right? Our opinions count for nothing anymore in terms of, let me rephrase. Your opinions count, but there is no right or wrong answer because no one's got it right yet, thus far. So from my point of view, what do you want to see happen next? Got a couple of super chats to do first. This is from Murray. He says, things will get better when Martial is fit. And there's a lot of people that have said that today. Sure to come back. Wan-Bissaka, Pogba, Martial. Yes. So maybe that's it. Maybe I'm not thinking about that. Maybe those 4 come back, start winning a few, buy a couple of players in January. Can Ollie turn it round though? Do you guys truly believe that? If you do, pick my mood up. Help me, please. Because I don't know. Another super chat here from Dimas, who says, well done to the genuines who let Lukaku go. The genius who let Lukaku go, by the way. Didn't like Lukaku, but at least he's a goal scorer. Now United has no one to do it. Look, there is that element. And I understand. I don't think letting Lukaku go is the issue. It's not replacing him, I think, which people have the biggest problem with, in my view. This is another super chat. Says, Poch is the only manager we need. We all know he wants to come to United. The quicker we get him, the better we'll be. I love Ollie, but this is bad. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, when I say I don't know, I truly mean it. I don't know. I don't see us turning it round, but maybe that's just my emotions. I want Ollie to... What I do know is that I want Ollie to be a success. That's something... Excuse me. That's 100% for me. That's 100% for me. I want Ollie to be a success no matter what's going on. So, yeah, from that point of view, hoping and praying that the guy can turn it around. I really, really am hoping that he can turn this around for the sake of himself and for the sake of, for the sake of the club and everybody. Sorry, I've got a problem here with the stream. I'm just trying to fix it while I'm live on the air. But yeah, I don't know. Another super chat here from Aaron says, United need to spend big in January, whether Ollie is in charge or not. United need quality players to compete. Yeah, look, but by the way, I agree with that 100%. Whether Ollie goes, whether Ollie stays, yeah. Sack Ollie and Woodward together, bring in someone like David Gill to steady the ship upstairs on an interim basis and bring someone in like Laurent Blanc. I mean, that's a really good suggestion. For me, but by the way, it doesn't matter what happens with the coach and what happens with Ollie. But the most important thing that Man United need to do, the most important thing that they need to do is get rid of Woodward from his football capacity at the club. I don't know if you guys can see me. This is the weirdest. I don't know. Are we back? Maybe we're back. I don't know. You guys can see me? Maybe. I literally lost all my viewers. YouTube just killed me, bruv. Well, I did record numbers and YouTube killed me. But let me know if you guys can see anything. That's what I'm waiting to hear from you all. Can you guys see me? Yeah, it's back on. There we go. Hit the like and share button, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you've not done so already. That's YouTube trying to take things down. I don't know what they're doing to me there. But yeah, listen, I understand everybody's views. I understand everybody's opinions. I understand completely and utterly what everyone has been saying today. Look, from my point of view, honestly, I want Ollie to be successful, but I can't see him turning it around. But look, until next time, take care of yourselves. God bless, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.